Hello students, welcome back to the accountancy session. Let us discuss the homework problems now. This is the first homework problem. Mr. Gopal started business for buying and selling of ready-made garments with rupees 8 lakh as an initial investment. Out of this, he paid rupees 4 lakh for the purchase of garments and rupees 50,000 for furniture and rupees 50,000 for computers, and the remaining amount was deposited into the bank. He sold some of the ladies and kids garments for rupees 3 lakh for cash and some garments for rupees 1,50,000 on credit to Mr. Rajesh. Subsequently, he bought men's garments of rupees 2 lakh from Mr. Satish. In the first week of the next month, a fire broke out in his office and stock of garments worth rupees 1 lakh was destroyed. Later on, some garments which cost rupees 1,20,000 were sold for rupees 1,30,000. Expenses paid during the same period were rupees 15,000. Mr. Gopal withdrew rupees 20,000 from business for his domestic use. From the above, answer the following. The first question is, what is the amount of capital with which Mr. Gopal started the business? Initial investment made by Mr. Gopal for starting the business of ready-made garments is rupees 8 lakh. The second question is, what fixed assets did he buy? He bought two fixed assets, that is furniture and computer of rupees 50,000 each. Therefore, total fixed assets bought by him is equal to furniture plus computer, which is equal to 50,000 plus 50,000. The answer is 1 lakh. Coming to the third question, what is the value of the goods purchased? Value of the goods purchased by Mr. Gopal, that is the proprietor, is equal to purchase of garments plus purchase of men's garments, which is equal to 4 lakh plus 2 lakh. The answer is 6 lakh. Fourth question is, who is the creditor and state the amount payable to him? Mr. Satish is the creditor of business with rupees 2 lakh because the owner has purchased garments from Mr. Satish for 2 lakh. Next question is, who is the debtor and what is the amount receivable from him? Mr. Rajesh is the debtor of the business with rupees 1,50,000 because the owner has sold the garments to Mr. Rajesh for rupees 1,50,000. Sixth question is, what is the total amount of expenses? Total amount of expenses is equal to rupees 15,000. And the last question is, what is the amount of drawings of Mr. Gopal? Mr. Gopal withdrew rupees 20,000 for domestic use, that is drawings. This is the second homework problem based on accounting equation. Students, hope you would have done this problem correctly. Just check your answer. First transaction, commence business with cash rupees 50,000. 50,000 should be entered under cash and capital. Next transaction, paid into bank. 10,000 should be reduced from cash and 10,000 should be shown under bank. Next transaction, purchased goods for cash rupees 20,000. So 20,000 is reduced from cash and 20,000 is shown under stock. And goods are purchased on credit for rupees 30,000. So 30,000 is added in stock and it is also shown under creditors. Coming to the fourth transaction, sold goods for cash rupees 40,000 costing rupees 30,000. So 30,000 should be reduced from stock and 40,000 should be added in cash. 10,000 is profit, that is added under capital. Coming to the fifth transaction, rent paid rupees 500. 500 should be reduced from cash and capital as expense. Next, rent outstanding rupees 100. 100 rupees should be reduced from capital as expense and the same 100 should be shown under liability as rent outstanding. Seventh transaction, bought furniture rupees 5,000 on credit. So 5,000 should be shown under furniture. As the furniture is bought on credit, it should be shown under creditors. Eighth transaction, bought refrigerator for personal use rupees 5,000. So 5,000 should be reduced from cash and same 5,000 should be reduced from capital as drawings. Last transaction, purchase motorcycle for cash. So 20,000 should be reduced from cash and 20,000 should be shown under motorcycle. Now let us see how this can be shown under a balance sheet. This is the format of a balance sheet. In the first column, all the liabilities should be listed. In the second column, the corresponding amount should be entered. In the third column, all the assets should be listed. And in the fourth column, the corresponding amounts of all the assets should be entered. In this balance sheet, you can see that the capital amount is 54,400, creditors is 35,000, rent outstanding is 100, and the total liability is 89,500. Under assets, you can see cash 34,500, bank 10,000, stock 20,000, furniture 5,000 and motorcycle 20,000. When we add all the amount in the asset side, you get the same 89,500. So the balance sheet gets tallied. Here I have few illustration problems based on source documents. This is the problem based on the preparation of debit voucher. In a debit voucher, name of the manufacturer with address should be there, followed by voucher number and date. Here we have debited salary account, being salary paid for July 2015, white salary sheet number 7. Amount is mentioned and it should be signed by both the manager and the accountant. Here we have the credit voucher in which name of the manufacturer with address will be there, followed by voucher number and date. Here sales account is credited, being cash sales white cash memo number 401. Amount is entered and it should be signed by both the manager and the accountant. Next we have the transfer voucher where name of the traders with address is mentioned, followed by voucher number and date. Here Ram Traders is debited for 24,000 and sales account is credited for 24,000, being cash sales wide invoice or bill number 120, and this also should be signed both by manager and the accountant. Now let me explain the types of entries. Already we have discussed about types of entries in the previous class. Here I have few examples for you to understand the types of entries. First is simple entry. It is that entry in which only two accounts are affected, that is, one account is debited and another account is credited with an equal amount. Example, purchase of goods worth rupees 5,000 from Ramesh by the business firm. The simple entry is purchase account debit to Ramesh account, being goods purchased from Ramesh. Amount is 5,000. Next is compound entry. It is that entry in which more than two accounts are involved. Compound entries can further be classified into single compound entry and double compound entry. In single compound entry, several accounts are to be debited and only one account is to be credited, or only one account is to be debited and several accounts are to be credited. Example, a business firm pays rent rupees 2,000, salaries rupees 1,500, freight rupees 500 on 1st January 2013. The single compound entry is rent account debit 2,000, salaries account debit 1,500, freight account debit 500 to cash account 4,000, being rent, salaries and freight paid. In double compound entry, several accounts are to be debited, which are accompanied by several credit accounts. Example, a firm receives cash rupees 20,000 and check rupees 10,000 for sale of goods for rupees 25,000 and furniture rupees 5,000. Here, the goods and furniture are sold and the amount is received as cash and check. So, the entry goes like this. Cash account debit 20,000, bank account debit 10,000, to sales account 25,000, to furniture account 5,000, being goods and furniture sold for cash. Next comes opening entry. The entry passed to record the closing balances of the previous year is called opening entry. While passing an opening entry, all asset accounts are debited and all liability accounts are credited. Example, the various balances of XYZ Limited on 1st April 2013 were as follows. Debit balance, cash rupees 20,000, furniture rupees 50,000, building rupees 1 lakh and debtors rupees 30,000. Credit balance, creditors rupees 50,000, bank loan rupees 25,000. Here all the debit balances are added and credit balances are also added. The difference between the debit and credit balance is shown as the owner's capital account. So the entry is cash account debit 20,000, furniture account debit 50,000, building account debit 1 lakh, debtors account debit 30,000, to creditors account 50,000, to bank loan account 25,000. Remaining balance is 1,25,000 that is credited as owner's capital account, being recording of the opening balances of assets, liabilities and capital. Here I have one more problem under journal. Students, now I think you will be able to do this problem by yourself. Anyway, let me discuss the solution here. Cash account debit, furniture account debit to capital account, being business started with cash and furniture. This is the first entry. The next entry is furniture and fitting account debit, car account debit to cash account, being purchase of fitting and car. Third entry, bank account debit to cash account, being cash paid into bank. Rent account debit to bank account, being rent paid by check. Purchase account debit to Mr. Katana account, being goods purchased on credit from Mr. Katana. Cash account debit to sales account, being goods sold for cash. Commission account debit, wages account debit to cash account, being wages and commission paid by cash. This is a compound entry. Next entry is sham account debit to sales account, being goods sold to sham on credit. Coming to the next entry, bank charges account debit to bank account, being bank charges debited from bank account. Drawing account debit to cash account, being cash withdrawn for personal use. Purchase account debit to cash account, being goods purchased for cash. Mr. Katana account debit to cash account to discount received account, being cash paid to Mr. Katana in full settlement. Cash account debit discount allowed account debit to sham account, being cash received from sham in full settlement. Salary account debit to outstanding salary account, being salary due but not paid. Last entry is prepaid insurance account debit, insurance account debit to cash account, being insurance paid for the whole year. In the last entry, insurance is paid for the whole year. That is why insurance for 11 months is treated as prepaid and insurance for the month of January is treated as expense. Today's homework problems. The first homework problem is based on source documents. Second problem is based on journal. Try to do both the problems. Let us discuss the answer in the next class. Thank you, students.